Guys, what's happening? This is Jada Black. Kudos to everyone who has watched. I will be discussing Kevin Gates. It appears that after a 9-year marriage marked by unusual circumstances, Kevin Gates and his wife Dreka have finally separated. Recently, I mentioned that Britney Spears and Kevin Federline had a contentious divorce. The link to that video can be found in the description box on this channel. And now, after yet another strange marriage in which Kevin was essentially living alone, he is completely divorcing his true wife. He is attempting to alter Brittany Renor's image by walking about with this. However, I don't believe it has worked. No, I don't. While Dow was simply, working on her wellness project. Or on the farm. Listen, this marriage was all over the place because Kevin was always in and out of jail. And then he was seeing other women. He was seen on camera engaging in sexual activity with another woman. Just crazy, isn't it? She remained there, nevertheless. I'm wondering why it took so long and why she stayed there for so long, but I can't. However, you also need to comprehend the perspective of a celebrity's wife. When they leave these marriages, many of these women don't want to be alone. Some married women would like to remain single. They wish to venture out into these streets, don't they? Their goal is to be slaughtered. That's how these women behave. They haven't spent so much time with the same man. They wish to come out and take a sample. However, there are also married women who, rather than taking the time to truly recover, desire to start a new relationship after getting married because they are so accustomed to being with someone. They ultimately try to make it work in a different relationship. You never know, but I'm not claiming that's what Dreka will do. What's the point of waiting this long? Given that he is out here with Brittany Renor, and they are behaving like a married couple to boost Brittany Renor's reputation. I'm shocked she didn't file for divorce earlier. That was its sole purpose. I'm not sure what Kevin gained from it other than a speedier divorce from his real wife. However, Kevin is a unique individual, isn't he? A very strange man. Even though he has made some statements that have struck a chord, I still believe that he acts quite carelessly around these ladies. Additionally, there is Dreka, who has been there the entire time and who, in my opinion, has remained in that marriage because the opportunities were simply not present. She has no desire to be unmarried. Many of these women don't wish to be that. Unattached. They desire a partner, and it's possible that she has found that person and is prepared to end this marriage. Things like this do occur. When a woman's marriage ends, she always wants a man or a relationship waiting for her. This is just my viewpoint, but I have witnessed a great number of marriages and divorces end in divorce. Furthermore, these ladies typically never recover. You never know, do you? They're either dating a guy who's a little more laid back, or they're essentially always single. Or they simply never get married. They are with no one. Some of these women proceed to swindle after taking their divorce money, intending to defraud them of their money. Let's move on to this divorce story from Vibe, which claims that Dreka and Kevin Gates have finally filed for divorce following almost 20 years of marriage that has become strained in recent years. Just months before their 10th wedding anniversary in October, the 38-year-old wellness entrepreneur and the Two Phones rapper filed those documents. According to TMZ, legal paperwork that the source was able to obtain states that the official date of separation is June 10th, with the justification being that there are irreconcilable disputes. That is typically the preferred wording. Dreka is reportedly requesting joint custody of their 2 children, both legally and physically. I believe that's what it is. That's Allah, I believe. Is it Kaza and Ile? In my opinion, that is the way you say it. She has stated that she wants to prevent Kevin from asking for the same kind of financial support in return, in addition to spousal support. I would like to discuss this. You see, I respect her desire for joint custody. I believe that many divorcing couples ought to request joint custody, but there are those women who are really egocentric. they were granted complete custody. You do realize that they want the house, the cars, the money, and the kids. After the divorce, they don't want the man to be left without anything. You also question why there are so many resentful males in this world. She does not want him to receive any money from her, though, when it comes to spousal support. That's why I think marriage is a farce, because you want to marry the person you love the most. Why do you want them to reimburse you once the marriage ends? Because she isn't even requesting child support. According to this report, she is now requesting spousal assistance, which is not for her, and perhaps she is aware that it is not for children. That spousal support funds can be utilized for her, all right. In many of these cases, and once more, I don't know Dia. She seems like a good woman. This isn't meant as a slight or anything, but I'm saying that I understand child support. You need money to care for your 2 kids, and you're divorcing the man who provided the majority of your income. She's looking for spousal support though. The reason for this is that, although Drea might always return and claim that she wants child support, she is currently requesting spousal support and doesn't want him to ask for anything in return, because she truly has nothing to offer. You have these women who go online and say, well, I have this bit. I got all these businesses, despite this. I'm a success. I don't want to pay for style assistance, even though I'm a boss. That's what you see a lot, you know. The breakup occurred shortly after Kevin made his public debut with social media star Brittany Renner, whom he married while still legally wed to Drea. However, the two parted ways in less than 2 months. On April 6th, we were married, and on May 28th, we got divorced. On Reel 92, 3LA, Renner made an announcement. She explained that their marriage was an Islamic wedding, or and you all saw that she began dressing more and more like herself. After the because that is how Brittany Renner is, she changed out of the entire dress and into something more exposing. Whatever faith she practices, she will be herself. She clarified that before formally ending the relationship, they observe a customary 90-day waiting period to give time for a possible reunion to confirm the pregnancy. You are not allowed to provide romantic entertainment to anyone. She stated that in certain jurisdictions, such weddings are not enforceable in court. Naturally, this is the reason he agreed to this so readily. I'm not even going to comprehend anything. This was most likely Drea's last straw. She put up with a lot with Kevin, so I believe that when this happened, she simply couldn't handle it any longer. She did. Additionally, Kevin would admit to you that she tolerated him a lot. However, I believe that he is going about here with this recently converted Muslim woman, who is wearing a hijab and embracing the culture in a sense, as well as sitting courtside with him at games and appearing on DD's live stream. This, in my opinion, was the last straw. She simply could not stand it any longer, and she took care to end the marriage before their 10th wedding anniversary. She had a strong desire to leave. Right now, it seems like it might be incompatible. Kevin doesn't enjoy drama. The closest drama Kevin Gates has had recently, not that he hasn't had any before, but I'm referring to the LeBron James incident, was when, he was talking about Savannah James and LeBron, and he attempted to attend the game, I suppose in fear that LeBron would confront him. Although I think it was silly of Kevin Gates, he has a lot of silly things to his name. Apart from that, however, and depending on what kind of spousal support Drea is requesting, this divorce may simply proceed and be finalized. Her desire for spinal support rather than child support is intriguing. But we'll see, I suppose. Please share your thoughts in the comment area. Permit me to share that video. I'll see you at the next one. You can follow me on Instagram, X and Facebook. Music,